I've always been drawn to this concept of nostalgia and what it is that triggers fond memories for people. I've, especially in the last few years, really been focusing on that concept in my work. My husband and I both enjoy collecting these things, especially when I started putting it in my work. Going to antique flea markets and finding things that I don't even know what I'm going to use them for initially. I just know I like them and I know there's a story there. I know there's a lot of history there. What happens is someone passes away, it gets passed on, and it can be kind of sad seeing these things and you almost want to give it new life because some of these objects were saved and coveted by someone and kept in such good condition. And eventually they either get discarded or just, left alone or put in a closet. People have actually donated some of their stuff to me because they want to see it put to good use. Old letters and books. I kind of want to pay homage to those people and those things and give it new life. The Storyline panels are a series that started many years ago, and it actually started because I was really struggling with the concept of where I wanted to hone my skills as an artist. What techniques, styles, series, and also media you can merge, what can work together and what can't. This thing developed where I took a small graphite drawing of an object and I put it next to a study of an abstraction. These two things have no business being next to each other, and yet you put them together and suddenly there's something that happens, and then you add a collage assemblage piece over here and you add something different over here, and all these things have meaning to me as an artist. It opened up a whole new thing for me because I was able to see that these different styles and techniques that shouldn't work together actually can. It's a lot like us, it's a lot like life, is that individuals, we're comprised of many different contradictory things. If you really dissect each one of us, we're kind of a world of different things. So you take individuals and you put them together in a group and we're completely different and yet somehow we fit. And so these panels say a lot about life, a lot about people, a lot about memories and nostalgia. I think figurative works in art in general are always going to be something that has meaning because it tells us a lot about our lives and it reflects the world around us and the people around us. And so I bring in these objects, these vintage ephemera pieces within the paint, and it adds that dimension of history, and hopefully it will say something about our times now, but also about our past because of what's in there. Fine art is so interesting because in this age that is going more and more digital and things are becoming less and less, I think, important in our lives. You see books going digital. If you think 10, 20 years from now, they might not be here quite as much. So I'd love to give them a home where they are a bit of history and you have a piece of art, and usually, fortunately, art is not discarded, it is passed down and it is kept in good condition. And so if you can preserve these things in such a way that it brings them into the piece and they talk about it and it brings them back to another time, but it also allows for that person who saved that piece or that person who wrote that note, there's a little piece of them in that. The medium actually says something else and it does something else for preservation and history.